Do you know that even in the darkest hours, there's a shelter waiting for you, a hope that never fades, and a promise that you are always protected under God's wings? That came from Psalms 91. Have you ever read it? Some of you don't even read Revelation. Got some good stuff there sometimes. And then you think also, some people criticize other people of different religions that they don't read the Bible. They may have their other sources, but they know about the Bible. So we shouldn't be criticizing people about what they're doing. We're the family of man. We're going toward one spirit, one God, one whoever they want to choose to be. And that person is where we're converging to. They may not be called God. They may be called somebody else. It's fine. You worry about you and how you're going to get where you're going to get. Some of you are already like sheeps with religion. When you go to church, does your pastor keep saying Jesus rose from the dead in 3 days when Easter comes? He was born in Bethlehem during Christmas. You already know this. Or do they open the doors of the church and you look around, nobody's going to join because everybody's a member. Or you listen to, I told you before, God is good. You finished it, didn't you? All the time. Why don't you break away from the mold and tell yourself, I'm going to stand up in church, and when they go, God is good, I'm going to go say every day, every night, whenever I feel like it, yes. They're all going to stare at you like, what? What happened? You broke from the mold. You just got away from there. My pastor, I'm in a mega church, and we've been with him since he built that church. My family has. And before that, my parents were in a separate church. My dad calls it your mother's church because he can't stand it. And every time it was the same thing. He said, it was the same thing. God is good. He said, okay. Yeah, we know. Can we have a little more substance going on around here? And sometimes you got to think about that. I'm at this mega church now, and he knows. I don't have to tithe. I tithe when they really need something. He doesn't need any money. And I tell him, you don't need any money. Okay, there's people outside need money. The man that I walked in, and he's sitting on the ground because he won't come in church because he didn't have any clothes. I said, that one needs money. The lady that I saw at KFC sitting outside the door, and the manager doesn't have enough sense to just hand her a box of chicken to eat. And I go in and I buy my food. I come back out, put it in the car. I turned around, went back in, bought her something to eat, got her something to drink, and then I found out they wouldn't let her in to even sit down. This is an older lady, probably in her 70s, homeless. But she had the chicken. I went back in. I said, come sit with me. I got me something to drink, and we just sat down and talked. But that's who needs help. Those people need help. Somebody needs help that's in the middle class. They got hospital bills. They got this and that. And I really think there's only two classes. It's wealthy and it's us. I lump everybody together. Even though they're still talking about middle class, but middle class is beginning to melt into the lower class too. But I lump all of you that are with me that are not wealthy, you're with me. We're in that first class, and that's the second class wealthy. Yes, I'm going to put us first. We are number one because we are working. We got working people in this class that are holding up the government. We are paying our taxes. Okay, we make well below the 400,000, and we should be getting something from it. Congress should be working for us because we are working for them. We're out there every day. Our taxes, they're on us like white on rice. about, oh, you didn't pay your taxes, oh, you didn't do that. But the wealthy have figured out the little tax loops, and we're down here struggling, and nobody wants to do anything, and they keep knocking down any programs that anybody in government is doing to help, or to help people rise up. You know, a lot of people, even on Social Security, they don't marry. They can't marry. Like if they're on SSI or Medicaid or something, you know, the religious people are going, oh, you gotta be married before, you know, you should be married, not living together. They have to live together, because there's this little loophole in there that if they both get together, or if they find somebody who's making more money than they do, that it all breaks up. They lose their income. It's just little things that are just crazy that they do. You know, it's like some teachers started years ago teaching, and they didn't take out Social Security. So they're living just on their pension. They can't even get Social Security. And then they ride their back. There's some jobs they didn't take out Social Security on a while back. And so they're riding them. They can't get anything unless their spouse was on Social Security or something else happened that they could get on there, or they took on another job during that time to earn them Social Security. But you're still paying taxes to the government. And then you want to tax what people have paid into Social Security. They already got taxed. Okay, now we want to tax because they took it out. You're not thinking up there. You don't want to think, because it's all about money. You know, money, it's not the root of all evil. It's jealousy. I want what you got. I want more of what you got. The people in Congress make all that money till the day they die. Even if they walk off, they could be there one day. That's why they fight to stay up in there. They can leave one day. They're technically working, some of them part-time being in Congress, because they go home. And some of them have jobs. They're lawyers, they're teachers, or whatever. And that's fine, but do your job. Because we need help. There's a lot of people out there having a fit about how are they going to live. And when those student loans hit, there's 60% of people that they say are not going to be able to pay their student loans. They're going to go into default. And they said definitely 40% of them are going to go into default. They're not going to pay their student loans. So that's why I said we need those people that are lower income or no income, you know, get out there and vote and start straightening some of this out so we're not going through this. We wouldn't be in this if people would get out and do something and vote. Some of those people don't need to be there, probably, and that's okay. You know, and some people, maybe they need a term limit. It's time to go. So get out when we vote. Just vote. I know you don't want to. It's hard. And they're making it harder for people to vote. But just toe the line and get on out there and do something, because we're going to fall apart. And a lot of people that are in the middle class, you're going to drop off into that lower income. Remember I told you what net worth was to me? Net worth is how much money did you earn by the time you hit December 31st. Add up all your money that you earned this year to December 31st and figure out what class you're really in. Not by the government thing. Their government is counting the house and the cars and everything else. Count your salary. How much money did you bring into the house by December the 31st? If you have a tax return, look at it. And even if you got a tax return, that's not telling yourself how much money you have, your net income, what you bring into the house. The tax is talking about the gross and how much they're going to get up in the government. You add up what you technically bring home. in a year with your net worth? What do you technically bring home? What do you technically have at the end of the year? And subtract everything that you spent. Groceries, food, blah, blah, blah. You should have a running record of what you've been spending. You know, if the cash envelopes are there, you know, just kind of do a test of what do I really have left over at the end of the year? Whether it's in savings or whatever, is there money left over at the end of the year? Some of you are going to be shocked that you're probably just making $10,000 a year that you actually can get a hold of, that nothing else can take it away from you. You actually got 10. I got 10,000. Some of you are going to be really shocked. I got 200. I've been spending, I've been buying. You know, you got to think, because we're going in a downhill slide. You got to save that money. I keep saying save, just save it. But some of you are in this downhill thing, and then when we're going to really hear it when the loans start kicking up, because they haven't got there yet, and they're going to start September 1st. What is it? The day is the 16th. You got about 15 days, and the first interest is going to come, and it's going to be due in October, and you're going to have to finagle around all this stuff, and some people are just going to have a hard time. I've got people on here, you're living in one room of somebody else's house, and it's not doing well. You have kids, and all of you are in one room because you can't afford what you're doing, and then you're talking about buying something expensive. Like, I need a car, but you work, you get on transportation, but right now you want to buy a car, but you can't get out of that one room. You got to get out the one room. You got to make that step. I got to move. And you're not getting along with the people in that one room. With the house situation. They're in the house and you're in the one room. And they're complaining about your kids. So that's the first step. There's the danger right there. You need to move. We'll worry about the car later. You've been on the bus. Take the bus. It's okay. That's why I tell people, plan, do what you got to do, and do the most urgent thing that you have to do right now. All right, here we go. I did the monthly budget for September, just trying to see how it was going to look. And this is Frugality is Life's Planner. And most of my money goes into high yield savings. Up here in my bill money, I said it was about $2,957.20, and I was allocating $2,000 to savings challenges. I have several different things coming in for income, so that's the way I put that. Anything else goes there. I usually take one form of income and do the bills and the savings challenges or stuffing. My expenses, I had added up to $371.57. My business expenses were $803.94. My Titanic funds, or what you call sinking funds, are $2,957.20. And that included the house, the car, and any credit cards that I would have to pay. And that was just an overview. But then we come over here. We'll start right here. And forms of income, all the other ones go into high yield savings, investments, and the kids' investments. I only use one check, and I may not even use all of it. And that one I just put into my regular savings account or regular checking account. It just sits there for whatever, a buffer in case something happens. Okay, and I need it right now to get where I'm going. Okay, for the fixed expenses, which technically like business expenses, is my Amazon credit card, Chase, and it's at $40. Over here is AEP. That's my electric. It moves up and down, $124 a month. It's on a budget. It went down. Remember, it was at 186. Went down. Amazon Prime, $7.51. Columbia Gas is $113. It's on a budget. Apple is 99 cents for storage. Spectrum is $94.99. The internet. Epi Music is $39.99. Verizon is $193.07 for all our devices. Midjourney is not here anymore. So we will cross that off because I paid it for a year. So bye-bye Midjourney. Okay, and then I got one personal credit card I spent $25 on. YouTube Premium is $24.71, and for entertainment for us, because we were struggling for a minute, we need something on TV besides YouTube, $78.97. So we finally got back to getting something like that. That what I call the Titanic funds are $611.74 for my car. The house is $13.61 a month, and the hospital is $78.48 a month. And my grandparents' things, the credit card is on hold till September 1st next year, I think. Yeah, September the 1st. If you haven't seen this before, I'm paying some of my grandparents' debt is in here. There's Verizon. This is the last of their credit cards. These two here were my grandparents. They had a HELOC, and they had two credit cards. That's one set of grandparents, and the other grandparents had these two cards. We froze them with the company, so they're on hold. This is my hospital bill, the car that I owe, and my home that I have left to pay on, which is fine. I'm doing fine. So things have changed, okay? So this one totals up to $201.67. And remember, I had it at $371.57. So we are a lot lower, you know, because Midjourney left. Okay, over here is the electorate, all that moves up and down sometimes, but they won't move, but I try to move them over. I try to keep more business stuff on one side, but they all go together. I got less stuff because I'm gonna tell you, when I got the book Frugality is Life, and I was like, I said, there's not enough room. I got so much stuff. Okay, I had so much stuff, and it was like, I'm trying to figure this out and move it over here. Quite easy. So this is 525.06, and remember right here before it was 803.94. So we shaved off about $300 and some dollars, no, about $275. Okay, so the car, the house, and the hospital were the Titanic funds, and they have come down $900 because, let's see what left. Oh, the credit card, I paid it off. So it's $2,051.22. Now I do mine differently because I'll be buying another house. I'm in my fourth house, and I know how they do with loans and mortgage loans and things and moving money in and out, and I'm trying not, I don't want this money moving. I have to stop. Banks and them, they can't see you, all they see is money going in, money going out. And if you're not going to do that and you like to deal with the cash, that's fine. The cash was bothering me at the beginning because when you're not used to pulling money out, it did discipline me to save, though. That's what the good thing part. It did discipline me because I wouldn't have got this far. But the money going in and out, and then you got to run around and pay the bills, or, you know, take it to the grocery store and try to get money ordered. It was just a nerve-wracking thing. I was like, I don't want to do this. You know, we used to do this years ago. I don't want to do this anymore. And, you know, my parents would do it, and it was just like, And I said, okay, get yourself together. And I said, you're going to buy a house anyway. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. So what I do, these two expenses here, because your credit card is your revolving account. And if you're trying to get your credit card to give you a increase, they want to see it moving out, not in and out, not just sitting there. You know, yes, it's nice to have it at zero, but yes, it's nice for it to help you out if you're trying to get an increase. I'm not trying to get an increase. I just know this is the safest way for me to do it. So what I do, I take these two things here and I put them on my credit card. Anything that can be paid on a credit card is definitely on a credit card. So that's all it is. And then I pay the credit card off at the end of the month, which I just did. That's what was down here. Remember the Titanic fund? That was it. And so I'd already paid it off earlier. So I'm just down to here. The credit card is gone back to its zero balance till I get ready to pay that at the beginning of the month on the 1st. I'll pay everybody on the 1st out of their credit card. And they're all on automatic payments, and they're all on the date, because I call the companies. You know, companies like to take out things when they feel like taking it, or whenever you went in and got the loan. You have to be careful what day you get the loan, because some of them, oh, that's the day, like the 18th. Oh, you got it on the 18th, so we're going to bill you on the 18th. Okay, so be careful when you try out for these loans, because some of them don't want to move. Okay, it bothers them, you know, with the interest and stuff. They lose out. They're scared they're going to lose out. And you have to fight to get them to move to a certain date. I got everything finally on the 1st. So everything comes out on the 1st. So my credit card will be empty. It will take these two out on the 1st. And then I will pay cash. Now I can do this on a credit card, okay, but technically this hospital thing is on a credit card. It comes out too. It really shouldn't be down there, but I didn't want to move it up there. It's really a Titanic fund to me, so I didn't want to move it around. So, but technically it'll come out. So the only thing cash here would be the car and the house, which you can, if you want to. Plastic does that. You pay, they take money out of your account, they turn it around, and for 2% of whatever you're paying, they send out checks to the house, like the house and the car. I just don't feel like going through that again. I did it. But, you know, that's if you're dire need and you want to just pay everything out of the credit card and you have enough on your credit card to do that. Okay, just remember you have to pay your credit card back, so don't be sitting there fussing about, I got to pay my credit card back. So, hey, it's income. You use it. Yeah, you use it. It's like a checking account, kind of. You know, you just use it and keep going and then pay it off and use it again. That's really what you should do with it, instead of out here getting a little dress or something, but and going into debt. Be careful with those things. Credit cards can tie you up if you don't do them right, okay? But anyway, I'm probably talking to the wind. But it's okay, wind. I'm here. Anyway, love you all. Happy whatever day it is. I did not check to see what special day they've come up with that the day is. So I'm just going to say it's my day, and it should be your day. Just tell yourself, this is my day. I got this. All right. See you soon. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe. Enjoy yourself. And hello, my friends, new and old. I'm so glad that you are here. Bye-bye.